It's the first of our Challenger Cup for the young riders, the FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth Finals here. Welcome to Centaur Park. Great anticipation, and we look forward to witnessing the future generation of athletes display their talent in the 4 categories here this week in the finals: the children, the juniors, young riders and ponies. The 11 qualifiers throughout the year have brought the best youth teams together here to battle it out for the honours over the next 2 days in both the Challenge Cup and the Nations Cup final. Teamwork, of course, the unique bond to each athlete has established with the horse, hopefully to bring them home that victory. In the first one, it's the Pre-Guido Plateau Horse Transport. The Young Riders Challenge Cup with Canada, Poland, Italy, Germany and Switzerland coming forward. It's judged under the rules 264.10.3, which I'll explain to you. It's very straightforward, to be honest with you. It's Nations Cup format. In the first round, we take the best 3 scores, or disregard the worst, if you will, from the teams. And if we have a tie on faults for first place, then we go to a jump-off for second or third, or the lower places. If it's equal on fault, it's the times from the best 3 scores added together that decide. Only if we have joint victors, we go to a jump-off, and it's every team member comes forward. That's how it works in the Pre-Guido Plateau Horse Transport CSOI Nations Cup Challenge Cup here for the young riders. 85 metres the distance, 78 seconds our time allowed for the benefit of all 78.
When the day is dawning on a Texas Sunday morning, how I long to be there with Marie who's waiting for me there. Every lonely city where I hang my hat ain't as half as pretty as where my baby's at.
Thank you, riders. The course is now closed to the pre-Guido Clatti Horse Transport Young Riders Challenge Cup.
Dreaming dreams of Amarillo, that sweet Marie who waits for me. Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 and Marie who waits for me. There's a church bell ringing, hear the song of joy that it's singing for the sweet Maria and the guy who's coming to see her. Just beyond the highway, there's an open plain, and it keeps me going through the wind and rain. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I've been hugging my pillow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to day number 3 of the FEI Youth Nations Cup here in Belgium. Centaur Park not only played host to the first of the European legs of the Youth Nations Cup series, but also presents the final instalment too. The third day of competition features the Challenge Cup classes, with the young riders taking centre stage here this morning in the Ashford Farm Arena. So how did they qualify for the Challenge Cup here on the third of 4 days of competition? Well, all the nations came forward and jumped in the Nations Cup qualifier on the first day of competition. The top 6 gained the qualification for the finals tomorrow, but the remaining nations who didn't make it into the final come now to contest in this Challenge Cup. For the young riders, there are 5 nations that come forward to contest over the track designed by Great Britain's Rafael Suarez, assisted by Michael de Jong and Rens van der Gem of the Netherlands and Bart Hendricks from Belgium. 12 fences, 15 jumping efforts, with the first of the combination fences and at 6 AB. The second of those, the treble at 9 ABC, the Oxer vertical to Oxer. 15 jumping efforts in total. We'll be seeing all 5 nations complete an initial round of jumping, and if any nations are tying for first place, with those on an equality of faults coming back to a potential jump-off, all team members will be coming back to that jump-off, but we'll follow the progress of the competition as we look to our first to come forward. It is Mikołaj Baranski and Olande van der Heijwyk for Poland. Gregor Kubiak's team. And here today, day number 3, we'll be seeing from the young riders, we'll be seeing from the juniors and the children on horses, but the ponies not coming back to jump in the Challenge Cup because there are only 7 nations that presented on day number 1. So the prize money, in fact, will be combined from the Challenge Cup to the final, and all teams in the ponies will be coming forward in the final tomorrow. But they will be carrying their faults forward, whereas all the other nations, all the other categories will be starting on 0. Canada, Poland, Italy, Germany, Switzerland coming forward in this Challenge Cup competition. Canada, though, with a team of 3. So we'll be seeing those come forward with their first of 3 riders after all of the initial riders for the 4 other nations have jumped. And it's a clear round for our first to go. Nikola Boranski and Orlando Walter Heinrich for Poland. Clear round in 75.12. So over to Italy we go. Arpo Bergoni's team, Guigli Mattioli and Amelou Dirion. Italy, who finished 9th in the qualifier for the young riders on Thursday. Guigli picking up 4 for jumping and 1 for time on that combination. Can they get Italy off to a good start with a clear round in this Challenge Cup? So 4 faults it is there at the vertical at 8 in the middle portion of the treble combination down for the first of the Italian riders, Guigli Mattioli and Amelou Dirion. Just coming out the left-hand side to the vertical at 10, so it is an additional 4 jumping penalties. The time keeps ticking on in the background, 78 seconds the time allowed. The riders being penalised in the rate of 1 time penalty per commenced second over that time allowed. And you can see the timing box go red now on the screen as they stop the clock in 87.96. Does mean 12 for jumping, 10 for time. Total score of 22 for the first of the 4 Italian riders coming forward as we shift our focus over to Germany. And a rider that's already been on the podium with us here this week took 3rd in the Young Rider Small Tour on Friday with DSP Charlotte. But 0.7 the ride of the next. It's Marie Frick for Germany. The same ride that she took to the Young Rider European Championships. Gora Minore in Italy back in July. The 12-year-old Holsteiner gelding. 0.7 and Marie Flick for Germany. To the treble combination, the treble that has been featured in lots of different locations here in the Ashford Farm Arena, but wherever it's been placed, it has been causing some problems for all categories of competition. As over the penultimate goes Marie Flick, 0.7, the first for Germany. And comes to the last with 8 jumping faults on the card. The time should be okay for them, it certainly is. 76.33 and the total of 8 for jumping. but to Switzerland now, and to their first of 4 riders, that of Gilles Muller and Giovanna CB.
Did jump clear for the team actually in the opening day with Giovanna CB.
Gilles Muller, who had the most tremendous round of jumping yesterday, took the win in the Young Rider Nations Cup Grand Prix. Really laid down the gauntlet early doors and came back and jumped the most phenomenal round in the jump-off. So, the first of the riders for Switzerland, Gilles Muller and Giovanna CB. At the moment, Poland on 0, Italy 22, Germany on 8. It is the top 3 scores combined from each nation that produces their team score. And remember, any of the teams tying for first on an equality fault will be coming back to do the jump-off around that shortened course against the clock. We'll have a much better idea of which nations, if any, will be coming back to that jump-off once we see rider number 3 come forward. But Switzerland, Gilles Muller has the first part of the double down at 6A. Switzerland, Gilles Muller and Giovanna CB complete 77.22, just inside the time allowed of 78 seconds in this first round, under 8 jumping faults. Canada, Switzerland off to that start. So the first rider for Canada, they are a team of 3 in this Challenge Cup competition, as they were in the qualifier as well. And in fact, the nations coming forward in the Challenge Cup don't actually have to put forward the same team that went in the qualifier, nor in the same order either, but the starting order of the team competition here today starts in reverse order of merit of their qualification achievements on Thursday. Leah Rucker then for Canada with Macarena 42. The 9-year-old Oldenburger mare that was jumping to wins out in Madrid with Andreas Schou for Denmark at the end of 2022. And Leah Rucker taking over the ride in July this year. She's been jumping in the 1 and 2 star classes in Samor in Slovakia and Germany too. And with Canada being only a team of 3, they don't have the benefit of being able to discard one of their scores. It's the best 3 scores from each team, so just puts that little bit more pressure on them. It's clear so far for Leah Rucker, the first for Canada. This looks really promising for Canada. Certainly is. Macarena 42 and Leah Rucker 77.51. Team Canada will certainly be very pleased with that. Puts them on a score of 0. They've got 2 more riders to come forward. That of Lily Elliott and Sarah Tyndale. But over we go to the second of the 4 for Poland. It's Lena Marozak and Tulon van der Ritven. The same ride that finished just outside the top 10 in the Nations Cup Grand Prix yesterday for the young riders. But with another of Lena's rides, VHS Quadro jumped into the top 7 in the young riders small tour against the clock also yesterday. So should be coming forward with some confidence from their success here in the Ashford Farm Arena at Centaur Park. Lena Marozak and Tulon van der Ritven for Poland. 4 jumping faults it is at the penultimate, the second of the 4 riders for Poland. Lena Marozak and Tulon van der Ritven. 77.27 is where the clock stops, but if you look up to the top left of your screen, that could be a discarded score. If Natalia Sido and Juliana Thusker of Poland also go clear, we'll see that nation finishing on a score of 0. That's the best potential finish score at the moment, with 2 more riders to go. So from Poland over to Italy next, and a combination that were part of the silver medal winning team at the 10th leg of the FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth. Finished second there. Italy also finishing second at their home Nations Cup in Gola Minore back in April. Martina Simoni bringing forward Dalvaro too. The 15-year-old KWPN gelding that has been jumping to much success under Martina Simoni. Many a double clear, and in Montefalco back home in Italy, Valencia of Spain as well. In the 2, 3 and the 4-star classes. Italy, whose first rider came and produced a round of 22 penalties in total, so they will be hoping for a clear round from Martina Simoni and Dalvaro too. It's the second rider in a row to have the penultimate down, puts 4 faults on the card, adds the pressure on for Italy. Martina Simoni and Dalvaro too. It's also 1 time penalty as well. 1 commenced second over that time allowed of 78 seconds. Season with a total penalty score of 5. Germany comes next, and it is the Magnus Smith that has the ride of Miss Baloo. The partnership that produced the only clear round for Team Germany in the Nations Cup qualifier back on Thursday. Has been a busy week for Magnus, jumping in the under 25 Big Tour series classes. Will also be contesting in the under 25 Young Rider Grand Prix later on this afternoon, so wish him well with that. Just 2 fences from home, and now to the penultimate that's come down many an occasion, and it's down again. Really unfortunate there for Germany. Not the first, I imagine not the last to have it down either. 77.19, 4 faults it is. Germany's Magnus Smith and Miss Baloo, as I was saying earlier. The only clear round that was produced for Team Germany in the qualifier on Thursday. So the pressure put on Latha Nonting and Vanna Beckman. 2 riders still to go for Germany. So the last of rider number 2, it's Gaetan Joliat and Varun de Huth Z for Switzerland. The Swiss team that were winning in the last of the legs of the European sections of the Youth Nations Cup for the young riders. They won at their home Nations Cup in Zurich just last month. Switzerland, who sit 4th in the overall European final standings. Gaetan, part of the Young Rider European team in Italy, representing Sweden to a top 10 finish. To the double, it's safe. I was going to say safely through there, spoke too soon. The second part of the first of the combination fences is down. Here comes the next of the combination fences. They jump the vertical and really have to have some rideability through here. It's this big open oxer coming in, then just settle down. But you just see there, Harjet and Geliat, Switzerland, just maintain that same pace. The preparation was done for all three jumping efforts way in advance. But look how influential that penultimate's been. It's down again. So goes the last 12 jumping penalties. And a time of 76.54. Switzerland's Gaten Geliat and Voron de Haas Z, rider number 2. But we go then to Canada. Canada's Lily Elliott and Pesco Adelheld Z. They'll be taking centre stage next in the Challenge Cup for the young riders. Canada, who could be having a best potential finish score of 0 with Leah Rucker going clear. Poland could also be finishing on 0, but Germany on 4, Italy 5, Switzerland 8. If we do have a tie for first place in the first round, all team members coming back into the jump-off. And again, in that jump-off, if it does happen, it will be the best 3 rider scores that constitute that team score. Canada, who might have finished last in the qualifier on Thursday, but look at the form they come forward with today. Might have gone into time penalties, and it does put 4 faults up for Lily Elliott and Pesco Adelheld Z to go over the time allowed, 81.01. It is 4 for time. So, sees Canada with the best potential finish score of 4. Hopefully they can remain on that, though, with the last of 3 riders, Sarah Tyndale, coming towards the end of the class. But we turn our focus then back to Poland and Natalia Sido, who's already been in the placings this week, and with the same ride too, finished in the top 10 in the Young Rider Nations Cup Grand Prix yesterday. Natalia, who was part of the Nations Cup team for Poland in Hagen, Germany, back in June. Poland, who picked up their best finish on the Nations Cup series in Samorin of Slovakia back in May, scoring the all-important 90 points in the European final standings. You can find those final results via the FEI website if you search the Youth Nations Cup 2023. So to the penultimate that's come down time and time again, and it goes again for Natalia Sido, first one for Poland. But it is clear over the last time, okay, of 75.99. 4 jumping faults goes up on the board. So it does see Poland with the best potential finish of 4. That will remain if their final rider can go clear. Juliana Suska will be watching her teammates ringside, looking to make those all-important marginal gains around the track this morning. The course of 12 fences and 15 jumping efforts from Great Britain's Rafael Suarez and the team. But Italy comes next to make their mark on the competition, currently with a team score of 5. And this their second of 4 riders. It's Laura Miccolboni and Mocha 43. Represented Italy in the Nations Cup competition in Zurich just last month, but has certainly been holding her own in the international class. She's the 2 and 3 star in Italy. The likes of San Giovanni and Busto Arizio. Could be providing the all-important clear round for Italy. Everything crossed for Team Italy to keep the penultimate up. Perhaps a sigh of relief from her teammates as it's come down for nearly every combination safely over the last... Oh, the time! Look at that, 78.29. It is 0.29 of a second in and over that time allowed. So puts one time penalty up on the board, so could see Italy finishing on a score of 6 with their final rider still to come. Lasse Nolting up next for Germany. Lasse, who has already ridden to the money with us here this week in the under-25 Big Tour competition against the clock on the first of 4 days of competition. Can they capitalise on the success from earlier on this week and put a clear round on the board for Germany? Not seen any of their riders go clear in this Challenge Cup as of yet, but there's still time. But it's confirmed that no nations can be finishing on a score of 0. Doesn't make the idea of a jump-off impossible, though. The teams that tie for first that could be coming back to jump that shortened course against the clock, all team members contesting in that jump-off. This time, yeah, that's the nodding for Germany, clear with the Cheval Real K through the first of the combinations. Four faults it is. Lasse Nolting and Cheval Real K. 77.73 is where the clock stops. Sees Germany for now with a total of 8 in 154.92. The jumping and time faults being combined from the best 3 scores that produce the final team score and standing. Switzerland's Brian Smits now and Correa von Hoff didn't actually see this partnership jump in the Nations Cup qualifier on Thursday. That's okay though, because each nation will bring forward and declare 5 riders at the start of the week, and they're able to put forward a team of 3 or 4 out of those 5. You don't have to be the same riders in the qualifier and in the Challenge Cups and in the finals. They can pick and choose from the pot of 5 that they declare. Good to see Brian Smits getting the exposure for Switzerland, who's already been in the placings with us here this week, finished in the top 10 in the under-25 Big Tour on Thursday. On this one, Correa von Hoff. B element, the middle portion of the treble, is down for Switzerland's Blindsmiths and Claire von Hoff, another to have the penultimate as well, so comes to the last with 8 jumping faults. Time could be a fraction tight here, but they managed to get inside. Ah, no, they don't. 78-0. It's one commence time, one commence second over that time allowed. Finishes with a total of 9. Takes Switzerland to a best potential finishing score of 17 in this Challenge Cup. For the young riders we'll be seeing from the juniors and the children on horses later on today. All the pony nations qualified for the final due to the amount that started. But we come now to the last of the 3 riders for Canada. It is Sarah Tyndall and Kino. Great run. The Amateur Nations Cup back in April in Mexico on the same ride. Canada, who could be finishing on a score of 4, providing that Sarah Tyndall and Kino go clear. She'll certainly have that thought in the back of her mind, but we'll hope to keep her cool. Just stay relaxed. It could be putting Canada on the top of the podium in this Challenge Cup. So for jumping faults it is, the vertical at 8. So sees Canada now with a best potential finish of 8. Having only brought 3 riders through, so don't have the benefit of being able to disregard one score. And the time of 80.62 also puts some time penalties up on the board. There's 3 to add to their jumping score of 4. So Sarah Tyndall, the last for Canada with Kino, finished with 7. So Canada, as a nation, finished with a total of 11 in 239.14. We'll keep our eye on the leaderboard at the moment. You can see it yourself if you want to keep yourselves up to date on the showground. Perhaps you're watching at home. You can find that by searching online.akeep.com. It can be accessed through the Centaur Park website as well. But if you've just tuned in to Clip My Horse TV, hello and welcome to the penultimate day of the FEI Youth Nations Cup out here at Centaur Park. You join us virtually for the first of the 3 categories of the Challenge Cup, featuring the young riders first and foremost this morning, before going on to the children on horses and the juniors to round out day number 3. But back to the action we go, and it is Italy's Filippo Jordan Pagangriso and Igor van der Vanderhof. Italy's Filippo Jordan Pagangriso, Igor van der Vanderhof, the penultimate that comes down once again. 2 other fences down, and an additional, in fact, it is that 16 for jumping and 2 time penalties. It's a total of 18 for them in 79.34. Sees Italy finish on 24 jumping penalties in a time of 2:36.41. It appears that Juliana Saska and Kaska Juice of Poland have decided to abstain from the first round.
The two-time adds up to a total of 18. It's the 22 we disregard. And Italy now, in fact, finish
It will
on a
now
team
mean
total
that Poland
of
will be finishing on the 8 jumping faults in 2:28.38.
This really changes everything. It really
But
does,
could
because
this
it's
change
Germany
things up a
showing
little bit
Joanna Beckman
as
to go
Germany
forward.
look for their first clear round with a 4th and final rider for the team? Joanna Beckman and Emily van der Marenia Stam jumped earlier on this year in June, featured on the Global Champions Tour in Saint-Tropez. And also in the Global Champions Tour in Riesenbeck of Germany in the month of July. They've been doing some really big jumping out on the circuit, up to 1.60 meters. And the track here this morning, with a speed requirement of 375 meters per minute, is set at 1.40 meters in the first round. It's looking a little bit more unlikely to get a jump off, but it's not over yet, and that could change with the last of the German riders, Joanna Beckman and Emily van der Marenia Stam, rolling back to the Oxer at 7. The time looks okay. They've got about 6 seconds to get home. Joanna Beckman and Emily van der Marenia Stam. It is clear for Germany. So sees them finish on a total of 8 in 2:30.61. The only clear round produced, and one of few clear rounds produced in this Challenge Cup, featuring all of the 5 nations. But to the last rider we go in the Challenge Cup, as Joanna Schildknecht for Switzerland on Napoleon C. Will be jumping later on today. Some of our other international classes featured in yesterday's Young Rider Jump-Off for Switzerland. The competition that was taken by teammates Gilles Muller and Giovanna C.B. Mathis Vallat finished second. Jennifer Billington for Great Britain also joined second in that Nations Cup Grand Prix for the young riders. But all focus now on our last to go. Switzerland, who could be finishing on the best potential score of 17. And for my understanding, I look to the top of the leaderboard and see Poland and Germany, both of which on a score of 8. So should be coming back to a jump-off between Poland and Germany to decide our winner. As the second and third part of the trebles down for the last of the riders for Switzerland. Sets up for the penultimate. It is clear over that. So our last to go in the first round, Switzerland's Joanna Schildknecht and Napoleon C, 77.82. 12 jumping faults see Switzerland finish in 5th on 29 in 2:31.96. So, indeed, it is Poland and Germany that will be coming back to the jump-off. We'll have a look at that jump-off course in just a moment that runs over a distance of 300 metres with a time allowed of 48 seconds. Canada will be finishing in 3rd, Italy 4th, and Switzerland will round out the placings in 5th. but the jump-off is going to confirm first and second place. Poland returning alongside Germany to battle it out over this shortened course against the clock. The jump-off fence is 11, 12, 5, 9AB, 14 and 15. 14, a brand new fence in the jump-off. Let's take a look at the course itself. Fence at number 11 is where they start. It was the penultimate fence in round number 1 and will be having a material change for the jump-off. Then they'll go to number 12 through the middle of those grassy islands. That was the final fence in round number 1. They'll roll back on themselves, then right-handed to the Oxer at 5 before turning left-handed to the first of the 2 parts of what was the treble at 9AB. A left-handed turn as tight as they can to number 14. A new fence in the jump off the vertical, and then a right-handed and an absolute race to that final fence. Jumping what was fence 3 in the first round now in reverse. 11, 12, 5, 9AB, 14 and 15. A time allowed of 48 seconds. Germany and Poland returning to the jump-off of the Challenge Cup here at Centaur Park.
Final preparations being made for the jump-off then of this Challenge Cup for the young riders. It's Poland versus Germany. Poland just sending 3 riders through. That does already give Germany the edge, but only time will tell. We know what can happen in teams, absolutely anything. Canada, though, confirmed as the 3rd place team for presentation when we get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the jump-off of the Challenge Cup for the young riders. Said at the top of the programme that there was a real possibility of a jump-off happening, and that's certainly come to fruition because we're moments away from seeing Poland and Germany battle it out for the top spot on the podium. Canada have been confirmed in third place, but it's now between Poland and Germany. Germany with a slight edge in the competition now because Poland have decided to hold one of their 4 riders. Juliana Thuska has withdrawn from the competition, so that now just sees 3 horse rider combinations coming forward for Poland. Germany bringing all 4 back. 1 for Poland went clear in the first round, 1 for Germany went clear in the first round, but it will be the top 3 scores combined that will produce the team result in this jump-off. You'll have heard arena commentator Matt Millen take you around the course just a few minutes ago, but let's take another look at those fences in the jump-off for this Challenge Cup for the young riders. 11, 12, 5, 9AB, 14 and 15. 11, 12, 5, 9AB, 14 and 15. They run over a distance of 300 metres. 48 seconds is the time allowed. They'll be starting over what was the penultimate fence in round number 1. The Ox are seeing a material change for the jump-off, then straight down to what was the final fence in round 1 at number 12. They'll row back on themselves right-handed to the Oxer at 5, then to 9A, 9B, the first 2 parts of what was the treble combination. Left-handed from there to number 14, a brand new fence for the jump-off, and then right-handed to the 15th. It was fence 3 in reverse, but let the action speak for itself now, with the first of 3 riders for Poland in the Challenge Cup jump-off. Mikołaj Baranski and Orlando van der Heinweg, the first to go. Picks up an additional 4 fault to the penultimate, that brand new fence on the jump-off at number 14, the Centaur Park vertical. Clears the last though, 38.11, a total of 8 for jumping. The first of 3 for Poland, Mikołaj Baranski and Orlando van der Heinweg. To the next we go, and we shift our focus over to Germany. They'll be coming in the same order in which they qualified for this jump-off. So it does mean that we'll be starting with Marie Frick and 07. Was the disregarded score in round number 1, but it'll be coming back with a vengeance, I'm sure, to try and put a clear round on the board for Germany. Here we go for Germany. Marie Fleck and 07. They might have had 2 down in the first round, but they go clear. And they do indeed put a score of 0 up on the board for Germany in the jump off the Challenge Cup. 41.64. And should be giving the 3 of her teammates the confidence now to come forward and attack the track designed by Great Britain's Rafael Suarez, assisted by Marco de Jong and Rens van der Gem of the Netherlands. Bart Hendricks 2 for Belgium. Back we go then to Poland, the second of 3. Picked up 4 jumping faults in the first round, but they start on 0 in the jump-off. It's Lena Marozak and Gilles Toulon. Davidson. comes to the first part of what was the treble combination in the first round, and the second part of that comes down for Lena Maruzak and Tulon van der Ritven. Germany now edging ever so closer to a win in this Challenge Cup jump-off, with Poland putting forward 4 jumping faults in 44.71.
Home on the 44.71 is the time, and lucky there from Poland with their second rider. It really does sort of put Germany.
4 faults, 44.71, Germany. That return, and to Magnus Smith, provided the first of the clear rounds of the Nations Cup qualifier for Germany on Thursday. Just had the unlucky rail in the first round of this Challenge Cup competition. But with Marie Flick for Germany going clear just one rider ago, could we get another score of 0 up on the board for Team Germany? Magnus Smith and Miss Baloo. Could very well be another clear round. Germany's Magnus Schmidt and Miss Baloo go clear over the last in 42.76. And it is the top 3 best scores from each team that count. It gives Germany a little bit of a safety buffer, as they've got 2 more to come forward. Nicely done indeed, with Natalia Sido and first one coming next for Poland. And it is their final rider in the jump-off, with Juliana Suska having withdrawn from the jump-off with Kaska Deuce. It puts Poland at a slight disadvantage, really, in the jump-off, with us using the best 3 scores from each team that count towards the team score. Germany with their team of 4 means that they can drop the worst score of the team, for use of a better phrase. Let's do that new fence on the jump off the Centaur Park vertical. It's clear for now for Natalia Sido. And first one. And indeed, the first one for Poland to go clear in the jump off. 42.18. Clear it is. But we've got more to come, and sadly I think the reality will set in for Poland now, because they might not have taken the win in the jump off, but on a more positive note, they have taken second place in the Challenge Cup for the young riders. Natalia Sido, the last of their 3 riders coming forward to present in the jump off, and we've still got 2 to go for Germany, who currently have a score of 0. But actually, not over yet. An unlikely event could see Germany not have the best of runs in the jump-off, could see Poland jumping into the top spot on the podium. We'll certainly know more after Lathan Nolting's completed his round on Chevalry LK. Clear A and B of what was the treble. Now this left-handed turn doesn't seem to be putting too much pressure on Chevalry LK, but certainly travelling at a quick pace as they set up for this final fence. Will they go clear? No, it's one of the last. 44.41 for Lathan Nolting and Chevalry LK.
Germany cannot not be caught disregarding what the last rider does. So we do
So,
have a result.
remember, we combine those top 3 scores from each team, and as a result, with Lathan Alting and Javal Real K, if their final rider wasn't to come forward, then that wouldn't see Poland being able to catch Germany. In fact, can in fact see on the main screen that Joanna Beckman has decided not to come forward in the jump-off. It confirms a win for Germany in this Challenge Cup. Poland finishing second, Canada third, Italy fourth, and Switzerland in fifth place. Not over yet here at Centaur Park, with more sports still to bring you through to the afternoon. We'll be starting the next competition at 1 o'clock, Central European Summer Time, and that will be the Please Equitom FEI Jumping Nations Cup Challenge Cup for the juniors. 6 nations coming forward at 1 o'clock. We'll see you back here on Clip My Horse TV.
Congratulations to our top three teams in the Pre-Gidoclati Horse Transport Young Riders Challenge. From Germany. Team Germany, congratulations and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.